This week's episode is brought to you by Body Scare. All natural body care products so good, they're scary.
What's going on?
I don't know if it's this fucking website or the motherfucking my computer, but like that little gap in between them, like I hit the button, but it doesn't start playing until after it shows our goofy ass faces because we're supposed to be like behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, look, there's a little thing that popped up.
Was ended or deleted by Facebook. Interesting. Let me go to Facebook and see what's happening.
Okay, well, we don't have any viewers right now anyway.
Yeah, that's weird though.
Where is everybody?
Like where on Facebook are they talking?
Well, I don't know. Off the Zompire page? Probably the Zompire podcast page. I'm guessing.
You're probably right.
So, all right, boys and girls. There's nobody watching, so let's get this party started.
Why don't you tell everyone your big news?
Oh, I got a new job. So last week I was freaking out because I had just pressed send on my resignation and then went straight to podcast. And I was like, so I was kind of freaking out because I didn't know how anybody would take it. I'm not that special. I shouldn't assume they're going to take it bad. Anyways, they all took it really good. They got me a cake today. Did you guys see the cake?
I did.
I have not yet.
It's a chocolate cake and it's got a border of eyeballs and it says red rum on it. My girls at work got me a freaking cake, a horror cake, a goodbye, going away cake. I love that. I love them.
Sweet.
Yeah. And yes.
Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
I don't know what happened, but when you pulled us out to do the intro, I lost all sound.
Oh, weird.
Huh. So that looks like it's on the main page, but it shows it's playing there. Let me double check. Let me double check it.
Okay.
Why don't you guys talk about what we're going to talk about tonight?
Today?
Talking.
Yeah. It was just a crazy thing that you decided that we were going to talk about CGI versus practical effects today. Because, God darn it, I'm going to remove cancel these little freaking notifications keep popping up. Anyways, yesterday,
I got it fixed.
My team and I did probably most complicated and probably most expensive effect we've ever pulled off for an upcoming film. We basically exploded a person, and it took like 7 or 8 people to execute the effect.
Holy crap.
So obviously, doing CGI, in my opinion, I guess depending on the effect, is it's probably a lot cheaper and easier to do than actually doing it. And so, it's really hard to find movies nowadays where there isn't CGI in it. Is not financially practical. Yeah.
Is there an animal licking something or running on something around you?
Oh, yeah, one of my creatures is licking on her water bottle. Do you want me to take the mic off and just go live?
No. You're good. You're good.
Is it picking up everything? She's
it's like,
we love licking animals.
Look, we here at the Zompire podcast love animals.
Okay.
Let them live their lives.
We love animals and we love technical difficulties. Our two
So I got a headset, as you all can see, because I thought the technical difficulties could have been contributed by me partially, Miss Patrick. But I also thought that maybe, the sound coming out of the speakers was being picked up by the microphone, causing an echo, blah, 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 blah. But anyways, it's fixed now.
We're good.
No echoes. I'm on my phone. My MacBook and my Yeti mic are apparently too good for a podcast, and I needed to upgrade to my phone.
Yes.
So tonight we're talking about the effects of CGI and what is it called?
Practical effects.
Practical effects.
When you actually do the thing for real.
With your hands.
With your hands. Yes.
I mean, CGI done with your hands too, but just
kind of.
Way.
Yeah.
Fair.
Yeah. I don't have that kind of smarts anyway, so.
So, have you guys ever done anything that was CGI with real fiction?
Yeah, yeah. Well, you know the scene in where Richie dies, and he has the knife coming through his face. That was was CGI. So yeah.
Okay.
But everything else, I believe, was practical effects. So it's expensive. It takes a lot of time. You know, if you're gonna just explode or dismember a body, for example, you can't really do that to a real person easily without getting in trouble. So
Aaron Carlson's in the house.
So yeah, so you have to basically, you got to cast somebody's whole body, and that takes time. And then, you know, you have your mold, and then you have to create the fake body with that mold, and you have to put things in it to solidify it, like foam and bones and blood. Question.
While we have Aaron with us, what's your favorite special effect you guys have done, whether it be on The Shape or, you know, in the horrorverse? Tell us what was your favorite. Keep going, Michelle.
Oh,
I just wanted to ask Aaron a question.
Oh,
what was his
okay.
favorite effect?
Yeah.
I do that. I don't know, like, if it's really an effect or however it is, but in that newest episode of the Horrorverse, Tank, when he stomps the zombies or vampire's head in, and it explodes on the ground, like, seeing how we did it with behind camera, it was pretty awesome.
Yes, yes. Practical effects. And a lot of people don't realize what all goes into it, you know? I'm loving the stomp. Is that your favorite, Aaron?
He agreed with me. It was pretty badass.
Yeah. So, I mean, my team and I do practical effects. So that's what I know. And I haven't been in the game very long, but it's definitely a lot of fun. It's a lot of hard work and planning for some of the bigger things that you pull off in film. Like I was saying, you know, okay, nice. Mix between CGI and practical.
Yeah, because the watermelon would have been the practical when they were stomping through that. And then the CGI is putting the dude's body in there to make it look like his head exploded.
Right. So, I mean, there's lots of tricks. And then with the body, you know, you have to, like, I wasn't there for this part, but you have to, like, wire all the tubing through properly, and you have connectors that you have to connect to other things to pump the blood through, and the guts, and everything has to be timed just right for some of these things, for all of the things, not some.
What's it like to build something like a hand that, like, you have to, because you said you guys exploded a whole body.
Yeah.
Tell us, like, I mean, you say what goes into it, like, you know, you got to cast a person and everything. How do you blow it up, though? Firecrackers, M80s?
No,
Quarter stick dynamite?
What we did was, of course, you have a couple people working the fire extinguishers, the pressurized blood, so they have to do that at the same time body explodes. So the body is gently put together in sections, not completely sealed. So there is like industrial string, I guess, that's really, really strong, and it won't, like, break if you pull it really hard. And you attach that to the body parts, and you can't really see it because it's just string. And so everybody at the same time has to pull a different body part in another direction. So we had, like, there was an arm, a leg, an arm, a leg, the head, of course. So that's, you know, 3 different people there. And then 2 people for the chest cavity. And then 2 more people pumping the blood. So, and it's all of this planning and expense is for a scene that's about, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 seconds long. It's crazy. And then the cleanup afterward is even crazier. But once you see it on the screen, it's just like, you see this person, just this person standing there, and suddenly they've turned into a mist. It's freaking awesome. And you can do it easily with CGI. There's lots of programs to do things like that. But it's a lot more fun doing it in real life.
Patrick,
and it's team building and stuff too, because you work with your team and you're doing this project together. You're like, it's probably like car guys, like, doing a remodel or building a car together. You know, my team and I are doing all these effects together, and so we're kind of like a little family now. We get together when we can, and we build these things that we use on set in the future. It's pretty awesome.
Right on. Patrick, what do you think that with the evolution of like televisions and how we view things like in 4K, that CGI is going to be more like what we're looking towards into the future and less practical effects, just because of how much easier it is to marriage that with like, like I feel like I was thinking about this earlier, and I felt like if you look at Friday the 13th, the original and the practical effects, and you watch it on an older TV, you kind of like don't see as much as you do on like a 4K.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I was just kind of wondering what your opinion was on where you think we're going with it.
I would hope that we don't lose practical effects ever, because I think it's a wonderful art form, and I think that, like like Michelle was saying, there's a lot of like hard work, blood, sweat, and tears that go into it, for like a 4-second shot. But that blood, sweat, and tears are fantastic. I think what I would like to see is a blend and we're already kind of seeing it now, right? Where CGI is used to just kind of brush up,
like enhance
effects.
Yeah.
And I think that's the perfect marriage between the two. Is just CGI coming in to kind of make it look a little better. Not that they don't already look good without it, but you can add some more detail to it that maybe you couldn't get in the body cast that you're molding or whatever. But I don't think they'll ever go away. I think there's always going to be people that appreciate the art form. There's both of them are art. Right? You got CGI, which is an art form. You got practical effects, which are an art form. They do the same thing, but they're different. Kind of like music, movies, poetry, all that stuff. They're all art forms, but they're different. Yeah. And you have people who appreciate one. You have people that appreciate the other. A lot of people, for some reason, trash on CGI, and they say, "Oh, it's nowhere near as good as practical effects." But there's some shitty practical effects out there too, like shitty CGI. So I think,
like you can't. There's some things you can't do in practical effects. You can't do like freaking spaceships chasing each other.
What? You can't.
No.
They used to.
I mean,
they
don't.
Paper plate saucers.
They didn't have CGI when Plan 9 from Outer Space was made.
I was gonna say, tell Ed Wood he can't do that.
Yeah, but did it look good?
I mean, depends on what the definition of good is.
So there is that's true. There is some stuff that it's like I can't believe like movies that were done, like really old movies from like the 40s, 30s, 40s, 50s, things like that, all practical effects. It's like, oh my God, for that day and age, that was really freaking good. I can't think of an example off the top of my head, but when I see it happening on the screen, I'm like, oh man, I can't believe that was like 1944 and that looks so real, looks so good.
Yeah.
Well, you mean when you look at stuff like Creature from the Black Lagoon, you know what I mean? Gilman, for that era being like, even be able to, somebody made that suit, and to look as cool as it did. Or Frankenstein's monster, like that was like fucking like way ahead of its time, I feel like.
Dude, Karloff, I think, still is probably the best Frankenstein's monster to walk the face of the planet, and that shit was fucking 200 years ago.
Side note, I saw a debate the other day, and someone was like favorite Dracula, and mine was Dracula Untold, and no one else said that. It was all like fucking Gary Oldman and fucking who was the other one? It was Gary Oldman and someone else, but it was just them two all the way down the list, and I'm like, bro, no, Dracula Untold. Dracula Untold was the shit.
I do like Gary Oldman, though, not to jump on that bandwagon and be a follower, but Gary Oldman is not only a really good actor, it's everything he does. His Dracula was fucking awesome.
It was obviously Bela Lugosi. I don't know why I couldn't think of that. It was Bela Lugosi, and then and then I saw Vincent Price and Christopher Lee a bunch too.
Yeah, Christopher Lee was all right. Yeah, he was way different than most of the other Draculas from his time era.
I think have you guys, either of you seen Dracula Untold?
Oh, I haven't seen Dracula Untold. No.
Is that the I'm gonna say No, is that the Craven one that follows Dracula 2000 or whatever it was?
No.
Okay, no, I haven't seen it.
I'm actually offended that it's a 2014 film starring Luke Evans. He plays Dracula. I'm offended that you would think that I would find that movie to be the best Dracula.
Well, I not to offend or anything, but I don't. Dracula is kind of like actually one of my least favorite horror icons. So if you
I'm not going to listen to somebody sit here and disrespect the name of
Hey,
fucking
rude.
Dracula.
Hey, man. Everybody's allowed to have an opinion.
Look, my name is Vladimir. I can't let this guy come on and bash my
He's
fucking
patio
namesake.
Furniture, though.
I know.
That was so good.
I'll uncancel him.
You're like, you don't like Dracula? Get the fuck out of here. It's not that I don't like him, but when we're talking Dracula, Wolfman, Mummy, the classics, he's not up there for me. Like I prefer Frankenstein. I prefer Wolfman. I prefer the Bride of Frankenstein. Like I like.
Yeah.
Or
he's your least favorite Universal monster.
Well, let me ask you guys this. What is in all of movies you've ever seen, try to keep it horror related because they do the best. What's your best special effect?
Oh, God.
And I'm not saying like it has to be like, one hand exploding or something, but like a scene or, you know what I mean? Something that like your best special effect. What do you got, Pat?
First thing that comes to my mind, I don't know if it's my favorite, but it's up there. And it's the first thing I think about usually when somebody asks me this question. And it's kind of dated. Like I feel like they could do it better now if they redid it. But the fucking chest compression scene from The Thing,
oh yeah,
the Carpenter remake, when he's fucking giving him CPR and his chest cave, those teeth come and just fucking chomp his arms off, and then his arms come up and they're just bloody as fuck. I love that scene. Always just comes to my head when somebody talks about practical effects.
By the way, anyone watching, if you want to put yours in the comments, we'll put them up on the screen.
Yeah, start talking.
You guys have to say.
Audience.
Do you have one, Michelle? One that sticks out to you that you really enjoy?
No, not that sticks out. I'll have to think about it really hard.
All right, I'll go then while you think about it.
Yeah, you go. You go.
Have either of you seen the amazing film Dead Alive?
Dead Alive.
The lawnmower scene, dude. I love that fucking scene. I think it's one of the best in cinematic history.
So much blood in that.
So much blood and gore. And oddly enough, Peter Jackson is his name, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't it?
Yeah, Peter.
What did he go on to do? Like the fucking Hobbit movies or something?
Dude, yeah. He started off with Dead Alive and Bad Taste and all those like really cheeseball horror movies that are awesome. And then he fucking went on and made the Lord of the Rings trilogy. you're like,
well, you got to practice someplace. So.
Yeah. It's crazy how many people get their start in horror and then go on to do all this other shit.
I like his horror better than the Lord of the Rings trilogy. I'm not a Lord of the Rings fan, so I'd much rather watch Bad Taste.
Yeah. Aaron Carlson brings up American Werewolf in London, which I still debate. I like Wolfman better, but it is a great American Werewolf in London staple.
Dude, werewolf transformation is some of the coolest thought processes for how they like do those practical effects. Especially in like The Howling. I don't know if you've ever watched any kind of like behind the scenes on The Howling, how they did.
I haven't watched behind the scenes.
The transformation in The Howling, it's fucking insane.
Russ just wanted to pop in.
Hey,
and say hi.
Russ.
Just got done with his show. We love you too.
Yeah, we haven't seen Russ in a minute. He's a busy boy.
Angela agrees that The Thing definitely comes to mind. Facebook user brings up the face peel in Poltergeist.
Oh, yeah.
Another really cool one from Poltergeist was when his braces started fucking like growing all over him and shit.
Yeah.
That?
Yeah.
That shit.
You know who we should have had on the show? Is we should have had Mick Strawn back on.
Oh yeah.
Because he's done a lot of the practical effects and stuff too.
Aaron agrees with Pat and says The Howling is amazing.
We've done a lot of effects for Aaron for his stuff. I think one of my favorites for him was the Evil Dead rapey branches that we made. We made them out of like rope and like cheesecloth and then I think like spray foam, and then like we painted them, and they were like flexible. We've actually used them again. We used them again for 259 for a scene. So they were like multi-purpose branches. But so basically we wrapped them around the actress's arms and legs and slowly pulled them off. But then when they played in reverse, it looks like they're wrapping up her limbs.
I don't know. There's no words that can describe how much I fucking nerded out when I was watching that episode for the first time, and that fucking tree rape scene was coming on. I was like, yeah. I was so fucking excited. I was like, it's in the horrorverse.
And the gut wound on Lee Raymond, but the branches are legit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, Poltergeist had some good ones. Michelle, did you get yours yet?
Did I get my what?
Favorite special effect?
Oh no.
Michelle,
no. There's like too many in the world.
I got your favorite for you because I like it too. It's literally up in the top of my special effects. I think it's from is it from Peter Anthony's film, the D-Glove scene? That's from Peter Anthony's, right?
Oh yeah.
Dude, that fucking is so sick. It looks so real. Like, it's so good.
That was fun. I got to throw the blood on that scene. Like the hand skin fell on the floor, and I had the blood, and I was like, ugh.
Take that.
Someone brought up Tina's death in the Nightmare with the rotating room. Does Nightmare on Elm Street got to be one of the most like special effects driven movie of all fucking like series of all time, whether it's CGI or practical effects? Like, I mean, through that whole like film series, every movie is just fucking drenched in special effects and CGI.
Yeah.
Are we talking Nightmare on Elm Street? Is that what you said?
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah,
some of those really cool, like when Freddy's coming through the wall. When I think it's Nancy sleeping in bed and he's like stretching through the wall. That's really cool because you always wonder how they fucking did that with whatever they're using as like that rubber. Was it a sheet?
It's like a sheet or something.
Or
something like that.
No,
it's something flexible. No. It's in the book. I'll grab the book.
Grab the
book. I have it here.
It's sheets. I don't think it would cover because it showed like his hands and everything, didn't it?
Well, it's some sort of material. Where's
obvious. It's obviously not drywall.
Here's Mick's book. The answer is in here.
Oh, crack that bitch open then.
Yes.
Yeah, jeez.
Shit. I just don't know what page it's on.
Less talky, more ready.
Yeah. You guys talk. I'll find it.
Welcome back to an... I'm trying to find like a decent picture of it to put up while we talk about it because it looks really fucking cool. I got it.
You found it?
Well, I found the scene.
Everybody's so tiny when I'm on my phone.
Boom.
Yeah, some sort of stretch material.
Yeah, it looks like that. Like that stuff, like that material that like the Green Man suit is made out of in Always Sunny.
Like latex or something?
Not latex. I don't know what it's called. I'm stupid.
No, you're not.
All right, here goes a good one from Russ. He's going to be a little partial here, but in It 1990 versus New It, thought the 90s version scared me more with the practical effects.
Yeah, some of the I like the newer It better than the 90s miniseries, but I do agree that some of the effects in the 90s one were not up to par, or some of the effects from the newer one were not up to par with the 90s one.
I think depending on like how it scares you is mostly too like when you saw it, right? So in 1990, I was fucking 13 when I saw It, and my emotions of getting scared and things about shit like that would have been changed between now and when I'm fucking 42 or whatever year I was when the last It came out. So where I can appreciate the first one for the emotion it gave me, I appreciate the second one more for like the visual aspect of it.
Yeah, the second one, the remake was a lot darker too. Like the beginning of the scene when Georgie's like chasing his boat down the little river in the street, and it goes down in, and just how dark that scene was compared to the '90s one, and like, and then when Pennywise finally shows up, like I don't know, that scene hit different than the '90s one did, and I think it hit better.
Have either of you guys seen the movie? I think it came out in 2000. Jennifer Lopez and Vince Vaughn were in this movie called The Cell.
Yeah, we talk about that on here all the time.
Oh, we have? Okay. Yeah. That movie, CGI, I don't think you could do what they did with special effects, huh?
It depends. Some of the stuff you probably could. But yeah, there's a lot of fucking just trippy imagery in that movie.
That was such a good goddamn movie.
Yeah, that's such an underappreciated movie. People they slept on that movie. Nobody watched it, but it's such a good movie.
That's right. I did tell you the story about taking acid and watching that.
I mean, no, you didn't. Let's hear it.
So it is kind of a crazy story. I used to hang out with this dude down in Portland, and he's like, "Hey, the Cell's do you want to go see the Cell on a matinee show?" And I said, "Yeah." And so I took a bus across town. As I was getting to like where my stop was, this girl ran in front of the bus, and there was a car like kind of come behind. Excuse me, came behind it. You know what I mean? Like, and went like that and hit the girl. I shit you not, the girl flew in front of the bus, like, and hit the sidewalk. A bunch of people ran to help her. The bus took off, and then I was like literally the next stop. So I just watched this girl get annihilated by a bus. She was fine. She was alive and everything, but she got
Why did the bus stop?
Well, the bus didn't hit. Oh, I'm sorry. The bus didn't hit her. The car around her hit
her.
Oh,
okay.
Hit her. So she, like, if there was a 2-lane street and the bus stopped to let people on and off, and she dodged in front of the bus, and this car came behind the bus to go through the green light, and she was running across, and but she flew in front of the bus, and I saw her fly. Her shoe went flying and shit. Anyway, she was fine. She lived. She was okay. But so I go to the next stop, get off, and I go see my buddy's house. I'd never seen the Cell before. Him and I don't even remember, probably took like 2 or 3 hits of acid each, rode our bicycles to the movie theater over like Mount Tabor in Portland. And so by the time we got there is when we really started like kind of feeling it. So we go in and it's middle of the day. We go in and see that movie, which is visually just fucking amazing. But when we came out, it was like dusk, and we had to ride our bikes back over Mount Tabor, and it's only a 2.5 hour movie. So we're still frying our balls off. We're like peak high right now. And we ride up to the top of Mount Tabor in Portland. And on the other side is the downtown. Sun's going down. It's fucking getting kind of dark. And it was just a pretty cool experience going to see it, and then going up there and like kind of being on top of the Mount Tabor while it's all like sun's going down and shit. It was huge shadows and stuff. It was like,
I'm gonna point out something. The first time you told this story, you completely left out the whole bus part
of the girl getting hit by a car.
I feel like now I want to revisit some of your older stories to see if there's other parts you've left out of some of your stories. Like, yeah, Vlad, you haven't told me this, but let's hear this story again, because I feel like when you tell the story for the first time, you might leave some very interesting parts out.
I don't remember why, in context of why we were telling why I told it in the first time. Maybe it just didn't make sense, but to like add it to the
same
story.
reason this time we were talking about the Cell, and then you're like, have I told you this story? I'm like, fuck no. And then I was actually telling the truth. You hadn't told me the story. This time I was lying just because I wanted to hear it again.
Angela actually had some friends over the other day, and somehow my dick tearing story came up. And so I told that whole story, and I'm like, and they're like, do you have something against your dick or something? I was like, actually, funny thing is, it's not the first time I heard it. And so I like rolled into the other story about when I had my vasectomy and everything. And so it was just pretty funny.
Oh, Vlad.
Yeah, it was good times. I'm probably going to see Russ here in a few weeks.
Yeah,
meet the guy face to face.
Oh, yay! That'll be fun.
here's an offshoot. They are in development of a 13 Ghost series where they are going to give an episode to each ghost, discuss between yourselves.
Yeah.
Okay.
Discuss amongst yourself. I'm super excited. This is something that Vlad. This is something I've been waiting for forever. I hope they don't fuck it up. And there's good chance that they can use some good practical and CGI effects in that show.
Yeah, I don't remember who I was talking to about this, but somebody was having a conversation about this exact same subject about creating backstories for all these ghosts.
Somebody did bring that up not that long ago.
Yeah, who was that? Who were we talking to? Were we talking to Aaron about that?
No, I feel like it was like something that came up in the group, in the Zompire group.
Oh, huh.
Or maybe it was said actually on the podcast. Like I think maybe we were talking about it and someone commented that. Maybe. It's a great idea. I love that idea.
Yeah.
That's the movie in the movie, right, where they like cut that horse in half.
No, that's
Resident Evil.
No, that's The Cell.
Oh, it is? Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, the horse cut in half is The Cell. And in 13 Ghost, I guess he's a lawyer or something. He gets cut in half by those like sliding glass.
Oh yeah.
It like hits him sideways, and then his body just like part of his body.
Dude,
the other part slides down.
That's really gross and cool.
Yeah.
Was it you, Russ? I swear it's I guess so.
By the way, Facebook user is Rebecca Odd, just in case anybody.
Oh, hi, Rebecca.
She said it earlier, and I forgot to put it on the screen, so we knew. But it's Rebecca.
Hey, I can't see any of the because I'm on my phone and everything's super tiny and my eyes are old and shitty and I need glasses and I just refuse to get them. Is Melissa with us tonight? I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, Melissa, where are you at?
Where are you at, Melissa? Russ says, put on your glasses, old man.
You know what? I bet you'd be super handsome in glasses.
This is my thing. My wife and I talk about this all the time. She's like, "You need glasses." I'm like, "Yep, I'm not gonna argue that. You're 100% right. I do." But the moment I make the decision to go to the eye doctor and get my eyes checked is the moment that I am going to be wearing glasses. So once I'm ready to actually have to deal with putting on glasses every day or contacts, and I'm ready to get into that flow, then I will go to the eye doctor and make that decision. But until then, I have not decided that I want to put glasses on every day. And as I don't even wear sunglasses most of the time because I hate putting glasses on. It's like it's like a chore. So I go out in the sun and I'm like, and you're the sun sucks. And I'm like, hey, you do have sunglasses. I'm like, yeah, I know.
I understand that. I have glasses, but I don't wear them often. Usually just when I'm driving at night or watching TV. Hey, Jenny.
I just want you guys to know that I'm missing
Vlad?
My Ravens game. I was checking a score.
Oh, okay.
Maybe somebody can CGI glasses on me.
Ooh, but you wouldn't be able to see it though.
I mean, I can like Photoshop it if you're just wondering.
I'm a Photoshop. Yeah, Vlad. For the next episode, Photoshop some glasses on my banner photo.
So what kind of glasses would we put on you? Would we put like Dahmer glasses or like Lennon glasses?
No. I'm gonna get those daisy flower-eyed ones like
like Terrifier Art the Clown.
Yeah. I'll wear some Art the Clown glasses. But get prescription glasses like that. People will be like, "Can you take your costume off?" I'm like, "These are
no, dude, these are prescription. I need these to see."
Shout out to Jenny Davis, the co-host of Sunday Night Show Unturned Pages.
Yes. Oh, hey, while we're chit-chatting and bullshitting, which is always fun to do on a podcast because I like how it has like a natural flow. I had the x-ray done on my finger and they didn't find anything wrong with the bone. So now I have to go get an ultrasound.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I got an ultrasound the finger.
Fat
finger.
Don't let them do your belly while you're there.
Well, I used to work there was an ultrasound. And we were ultrasound all kinds of things. It was kind of cool. One of the doctors was pregnant and she would do that on her belly. And so my new job, just so you know, I'm going back to general practice, but there's a new role for licensed veterinary technicians in certain circumstances. I'm going to be a part-time provider, which is like a nurse practitioner, so I can do exams
of animals.
Yeah. Not just hold while the doctor does something,
I'll bring Boo over.
So sweet. So I'm excited.
You can what's it called? House sit them.
Okay. I'll express the anal glands too while we're there. So aren't you glad people don't have anal glands?
Why did you bring up my dog's anal glands?
Because they have them and we don't. And it would bring like a whole new level of horror, like when you go to the movie theater with a bunch of other people and it's a scary movie and everybody gets scared at the same time and everybody blows their anal glands at the same time. What a mess. So stinky.
I feel like this conversation took a hard right somewhere that I didn't sign up for.
Yeah.
I mean,
I wasn't wearing my seatbelt and I was not prepared for that turn.
It's fine. Well, so see, I don't know. Aaron's here, so last time he was here, we were talking about ani. So no, that was on his podcast. Never mind.
Tell me how you would siege or how you would practical effect an anal gland.
An anal gland? You'd have to make like a little tiny bladder, I guess.
Okay.
You could use a balloon or something like that, and then you'd have to like hide it behind. You have to make like a little prosthetic piece to hide it in and adhere it to the area, and unless you just wanted to did you want one that's functioning that you can squeeze and shit will come out? That's what you have to do.
I mean, for the type of movie I'm making, yeah, I need it to squirt shit.
Oh yeah, Human Centipede. Okay, I'm disappointed in Human Centipede because first of all, if you're going to do that kind of thing, he did it completely wrong. I'm looking at it in the medical aspect. The way that they were connected was just not conducive to. It couldn't happen that way. They'd have what?
You're ruining it for me. I completely thought this was medically sound when I watched that movie.
No, dude, no. And Tusk, not medically sound.
Put the thread and needle away.
Seriously, you can't do surgery and then just throw them into the water immediately afterwards.
Put the utensils away.
Dude, I still think the best one was the prison one. That shit has me dying every time I watch it.
Isn't that the second one?
It's the third one.
The third one, Robert Lasardo was in.
Yeah,
and we are in the same series as Robert Lasardo in the Horrorverse. So you and I have worked in the same film series as Robert Lasardo.
5 Degrees of Lasardo.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, if you haven't had a chance yet, please head over after this show to YouTube. Look up CCC Entertainment Group. There's a new episode called Tank in the Horrorverse. I play a vampire in. Michelle
a glampire.
Michelle does my makeup for everyone on set. So go give it a view if you haven't seen it. And if you have seen it, go give it a view, share it to your friends, and spread the word.
Yes, and subscribe. Vladdy did an amazing job acting. And I'd like your very first, it was his acting debut.
So
he did a wonderful job.
So Derek actually tried to read me for my performance. And then Peter Anthony dropped the bomb and was like, he did fucking amazing. And so fuck Derek.
What did Derek say?
He was like, oh, well, when you fell, it was more like a taser fall than a gun fall. And I'm like, you've never shot nobody in the back. You don't know how they fall.
He's all, I politely critique it. Are you Oscar worthy, Vlad?
He was good about it. He wasn't rude, that's for sure.
Yeah. Hey, I'm also in the Horrorverse. My character is Doris.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot.
Yeah, I am the sheriff's assistant. Yeah. I don't look good with like white or blonde hair, so it's like horrible look for me. But you can still tell it's me.
I felt like it was like you were. I definitely felt like you were in another character. Do you know what I mean? When I saw you on screen in that, I was like, I know that's Michelle, but that doesn't look like Michelle.
Yeah, we went around and around with looks, so yeah.
Doris. Me and Derek started writing a movie, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Nice. I have one in my head that I haven't told anybody about until
do you guys want to hear our synopsis, our idea?
Yeah.
So we don't know if we're going to do aliens or zombies, but basically the small town is overrun, and this gaming community in town, like 4 or 5 people, who do online gaming, who've never met in person, have to band together to fight off whatever it is that we're fighting off.
Radioactive cats. They're fighting off radioactive cats. Make it something different. Aliens, zombies, everybody's done it. Do something like, I don't know, something different. Maybe not radioactive cats, that's stupid, but
it could be so stupid that it's awesome.
I mean, dude, there was Thanksgiving, so
what about radio?
Is amazing.
I will not hear any Thanksgiving fucking bashing on this channel.
Yeah.
Ryan Francis is a good friend of this show.
He really is.
He is. He's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
Plus, it's a great fucking movie. Both of them.
I mean, it's so stupid that you have to love it. I mean, it wasn't even meant to be a movie.
I normally have my Thanksgiving coffee cup right next to me, but the one night I don't have it, and we're talking about Thanksgiving.
Wow.
Wait, how do I get a Thanksgiving coffee cup?
You would have had to have been a subscriber to the Zompire Mystery Box Company like 2-3 years ago.
Well, I didn't know you then.
Well,
do you have any left?
Anymore. No, I don't even have one.
How can I
do?
Where did you get
owner, and he doesn't even have one.
Yeah,
Do I need to talk? Do I need to talk to Ryan Francis?
No, actually, you need to talk to fuck's his name. He's in. I can get you one.
Okay, I think I need one.
Yeah, I can get you one. The dude who makes them can make them. I'll link you up with him and he'll make you one.
Okay, yeah.
But he made I think I bought 50 of them from him.
Damn.
And when I got them, I think 5 of them had broken in shipping, and so I actually did a lower box number that time because they were broken. So I had just enough to do boxes. So I actually never got one.
Oh,
but
lame.
What I was going to say earlier was out of doing those boxes for 3 years, I could probably look around me and not see a single thing that was in any of those boxes. I always bought exactly what I needed and never really had much as far as extra stuff for myself. Which sucks because we had a Nancy Cartwright autograph in there, and she was the voice of Bart Simpson, or is the voice of Bart Simpson, and they were in a $50 box with 4 other items. That autograph alone's over $100, and I'm like, wow. I don't even fucking have one. I love Bart Simpson.
Who the hell are you?
Cowabunga and shit. You know what I mean?
Cowabunga and shit.
Excellent.
I feel like we've gone completely off the rails from
That's
topic,
okay.
But I mean,
that's okay.
Yeah.
Because conversing and just having some flow is kind of fun, I mean, that's what they do. That's what they do on Around the Reel.
I feel like people who watch this show have already learned that if we have just a topic that we're going to talk about, kind of like this, 95% of the time, about 10 minutes into the topic, we're already somewhere else. So
that's okay. I mean, we would just follow the little,
we're all ADD. We're just kind of all over.
Yeah.
It's true. So back to the topic though.
Oh shit, we're gonna reel ourselves in.
We're gonna pull back around. Do you have a least favorite one that you whether it's CGI or something that you've seen in a movie that you're just this looks fucking stupid and I hate it?
I do.
It's
fucking, what is it, Jaws 3, when the fucking shark is going towards the window and it breaks the glass of the window. It's fucking horrible.
Thank you, Derek.
Gosh.
Thank you. Derek gave me a score.
Oh, okay. Perfect.
Can you guys believe I'm missing a Ravens game to talk to you about?
We could have postponed this for a different day.
Nah, it's okay. It's the preseason.
Nice.
It don't matter.
Aaron agrees that was pretty bad, Pat.
Yeah, it's horrible. And I love Jaws. That's one of those things where it's where people legitly can complain about CGI is and I get it. It probably would have cost a shit ton of money to make a fucking mechanical shark to do that scene. It would have.
Well, this is the 70s too.
Yeah, right? It would have looked a hell of a lot better, but probably cost 4 or 5 times the amount of money. But God, that is such a horrible scene.
I'm gonna say one. That might get me canceled. I might have to cancel myself.
Do it.
The entirety of this film.
I can't tell what that is.
Army of Darkness.
You don't like the effects in that movie?
Bro, they're so bad.
But they're supposed to be. They were made.
I know. No, I know.
Easy.
Some of them were just like the head was flopping back and forth. Some of it was just bad.
Yeah, you need to cancel yourself for that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Bye, Flag.
Did you just say yay? Wow.
Oh my god.
I said yay, he's gone.
I mean, I didn't expect. I don't go into Army of Darkness expecting it to be fucking, one of the new Star Wars films as far as CGI and special effects go. There was just some of it that you could see like the black nylon under the skeleton, you know what I mean? And it was just a little bit, some of it was just like, but I love the movie. Obviously I just showed you my mouse pad. I love the movie. I just think some of it was just like too visible.
You know what's funny about that is so many people are the complete, like, so many people love Raimi's cheesy effects and then bitch about his, like, the movie Drag Me to Hell because he actually did more, like, realistic effects in that movie than he did in, like, the Evil Dead series. So many people bitch about Drag Me to Hell and love what he does in the Evil Dead series, but you're like, fuck that. I don't like that. And you probably like Drag Me to Hell. I love Drag Me to Hell.
I do love Drag Me to Hell.
Yeah, I think it's a fucking awesome movie. But so many people hate on that movie because it doesn't feel like a Raimi film, but it still does because he does his Raimi style camera shots and stuff, and like, so it still feels like a Raimi film, even though the effects were more on the realistic side than usually what he does.
I love that every time I watch one of his movies, I feel like I'm like live action comic book. You know what I mean? Yeah. I mean, I know he does like the Spider-Man shit and whatever, but I'm just saying, like, even when you watch, you just said the name of the movie. Why did I forget it already?
Drag Me to Hell.
Drag Me to Hell. Like, even in that movie, I feel like I'm in a horror comic. Like, everything he does feels like a comic, and I love that about his.
What about oh my God, what's it called? I
don't know.
Yeah, give me 1 second. I'll remember. I want to know. I want to know what you think about it. The movie he fucking did about the psychic. It has fucking Keanu Reeves in it. I fucking love the movie.
A Psychic with Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves plays this horrible wife abusing like piece of shit in it. He does a good job. It's The Gift. Did you?
I've never seen that. No.
Dude, watch that movie. That is the most un-Raimi film you'll ever watch.
Have you watched The Gift with Perry Farrell?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so. Maybe.
It's kind of a biography of like when his girlfriend OD'd and a bunch of other shit.
I haven't watched it.
It's actually I don't know why, but it's kind of like along those same lines as Requiem for a Dream for me. Like, I got too depressed to ever want to watch them again.
Yeah.
when I watched them the first time, so
I feel that. Yeah.
Yeah. But if you're a Jane's Addiction fan or like Perry Farrell, it's definitely a movie to watch.
I'm not.
Rebecca Odd, I'm guessing. Michelle, have you seen Hobo with a Shotgun?
No.
Damn you, Michelle.
I know.
That's some rad special effects in that.
I'm gonna have to watch it. Put it on my list.
Your list is like...
I know. When do I have time to watch shit? I have 2 jobs.
I don't know, man, but Rebecca's a huge...
Your list is longer than that fake dick that Vlad is infatuated with.
Oh, guess what? There is a bag of dicks.
Oh God.
There's like a whole bag.
Like dicks.
They're different.
Just like
they're not all the same. There's a couple different ones in there, but
dicks are like snowflakes. Okay.
They're like, there's like freaking 15 of them in a bag. So if you want a bag of dicks, I know where I can find one for you.
Fair. On Capitol Hill, there's a Dick's restaurant. Get a couple cheeseburgers, have them throw it in a bag. I will say their French fries are really good.
Dick's? Oh yeah. Their burgers are good too if you want to die the next day.
I remember that band that played on their roof for their like 65th anniversary or something. Remember that?
No.
It was the Hot Rod and Romeos, wasn't it?
Really?
Oh shit.
Yeah, they played on. Yeah, there was like the Dick's over by Key Arena.
Really?
Yeah,
they're not
Hot
cool
Rod
enough to do that.
Yeah, they played on the fucking roof of it for like the anniversary or whatever. I thought you knew that. I figured you would have known that.
No, well, maybe. No, I don't remember that. But no, like, are you sure it's them? Because if it was, Johnny is so fucking like conceited, he would have probably fucking blabbed about it for all of life.
Yeah, they played at our wedding.
Yeah.
They were our band. Michael worked with Johnny. I told you the story when we had dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Hot Rod and Romeos and friends at
Dick's
Dick's
Hot
60th.
Rod and Romeos fans out there. I used to
look,
they're not watching.
Not them or the fans.
Well, I mean,
do they have fans anymore these days?
They're not even together anymore.
Oh.
But yeah, it was the one on Capitol Hill. Excuse me, it was it was them and Sir Mix-a-Lot.
Crazy,
dude. There you go.
It was the Hot Rod and Romeo.
Let's go and eat at Dick's. My pussy's on Broadway.
It was the Hot Rod and Romeos and Sir Mix-a-Lot at the Capitol Hill Dick's Burger Stand for their 60th anniversary.
That's actually that's actually pretty cool.
Sir Mix-a-Lot used to shop at the pet store that I used to work at when I was in my 20s.
Did you walk by him and kind of stick your butt out a little bit so you like?
No,
you know?
I would bring him up at the register. He had cichlid tanks. So.
I don't know what that is.
There's a type of fish.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So next week we were supposed to have a game with Rebecca Odd and some sort of celebrity, but we don't have that situated. So
why? What's wrong with you?
Oh wow!
Boom!
I'm kidding.
Oh wow!
I know what's wrong with you.
That's even better.
A lot.
Shall I start a list?
That list would be longer than your I need to watch movie list.
It could be. He's gonna cancel us both. Watch.
We love you.
Love you, Vlad.
Oh, he canceled himself on that one.
Oh,
wrong button. So anyway, thanks for tuning in this week to the Zompire Horde podcast, where I am now a solo host. Just kidding.
You said Pardcast.
Pardcast. Welcome to the Pardcast.
It's like a party and a podcast all at once. It's a Pardcast.
Look, man, I've been smashing this Rockstar, you know. It's like the sugar-free, original flavor, throwback edition.
Nice.
But what are we going to do next weekend? Or next Monday?
I don't know. Let me think about it and get back to you.
And let's not forget, we got to remind people that there's like a couple Mondays we're going to be gone.
Okay.
There will be no shows.
We'll have to post that on the page, so to remind people who aren't here tonight.
Remind the people.
Remind our trolls.
What are we going to do next week?
I don't know. We could talk about different types of parasites, like internal parasites.
No.
External parasites?
Vlad's like, nah, I'm good.
I refuse.
Okay. You guys don't like gross things like I thought you did.
Why are you lumping me and him together on that one? I didn't refuse.
Do you like gross things?
I mean, my favorite genre of horror is body horror, so
hell yeah.
I think I'm up there.
Okay, cool.
But I don't know. What will we talk about next week?
I don't know. What do we like?
Do we have to decide right this second?
We do not.
Okay.
Yeah, we have to decide right now.
Oh.
Okay, we don't have to.
It'll be something really cool though. So.
Yeah, we'll get together tonight and then or tomorrow and we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
Until then, We love you.
I love you.
Sleep tight.
Good night.
Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Oh, do let the bugs bite.
Or do let the bed bugs bite.
Ew, itchy, juicy.
You want to be itchy for a while.
Yeah. What's going on?
This week's episode of the Zompire Horde podcast is brought to you by Bloody Knuckle Customs. Come check us out at www.bloodyknucklecustoms.com.